Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Bear News. I'm Sophia Tavanello.
And I'm Jalen Lee, and I'm back and better than ever here at the Big Girl Desk, and I plan on keeping it that way. Take that, Jameson. Anyway, we have a lot of news for you guys here today, so let's jump right in.
Making a move to a new school can be a big adjustment, especially at the college level. This past week, I spoke to 3 students here at UNC who know a thing or two about the transfer program. Have you ever thought about switching schools? It can be a tough time. You really need to think about your credits, your classes, friends and family, and where to really go. The transfer program here at the University of Northern Colorado has you covered with all the support that you'll need.
The whole school seemed welcoming, and I felt like it's had a vibe of like a kind of small college where like everybody's more connected.
So far I'm enjoying it. I like the professors that I have. I like how it feels like there's a lot of support here.
Although Aislinn and Maria found comfort in, well, the aesthetic at UNC, they also found comfort in the many programs the school has to offer. Christopher, though, found comfort in staying local.
So I decided to do UNC because it was just more comfortable. It was an environment I already knew. It was in a location I was already living in for quite some time.
UNC saw a flux of transfer students, with 19 from in-state high schools, 74 from in-state community colleges, 25 from in-state universities, and 65 from out-of-state or international, totaling to 183 transfer students just this spring. Despite facing some challenges of moving to a new school, the students are hopeful for their new experience.
I hope everything pulls together and I'll be able to continue going here. It's a really nice college.
Honestly, I really fell in love with the campus. I think it's so beautiful. For me, this actually feels like a college.
So far from my experiences, I'm actually having a pretty good time.
And with a long history, there's hope for a larger community. And fun fact, the age range for transfer students this spring is between 17 and 80 years old. Anyone can go to college. Have you ever transferred schools or ever thought about it?
I've never thought about transferring schools. I kind of like it here at UNC. It's nice and homey, so I like it here. What about you? Have you ever transferred?
I transferred in high school, but that was freshman year, halfway through. It was quite an adjustment, especially going from out of state, but I ended up adjusting really well. I got friends. It was really nice.
You like what you did?
I did.
All right, that's nice. Well, moving on, in a significant move toward food safety, the FDA has banned the use of red dye number 3 in foods and ingested drugs. This synthetic dye linked to cancer in animal studies was prohibited in cosmetic drugs back in 1990. Manufacturers have until January 2027 to adjust their products. Building on this, the West Virginia House of Delegates recently passed a House bill aiming to ban several artificial food dyes, including Red 40, from food sold in stores. The bill also targets dyes like yellows 5 and 6 and blues 1 and 2, citing potential neurological impacts on children. If enacted, schools will need to eliminate these additives from meals by August 2025, with a statewide ban to follow. These developments reflect a need to reassess and regulate artificial food additives for consumer health. Dr. Eric Berg spoke on some of the issues with Red 40.
And here are some symptoms: hyperactive kids, allergies, increasing risk of cancer, and increasing estrogen. Now, as a developing child, you don't want to have too much estrogen. That can really affect all sorts of developmental things.
If you're not a Starbucks or a Dutch fan like me, what other places can you get your morning coffee? Bear News reporter Sarah Samaniego has information about a new spot in Greeley.
Thanks, Sophia. Downtown has welcomed another coffee shop to its ranks. And as an avid coffee lover myself, I knew I just had to give our Bears an insider's look.
The Moxie Theater is shedding light on the dark corners of their building with the addition of the Spotlight Cafe and Creamery. General Manager Megan Kranzler describes the opportunity as nothing short of serendipitous.
And I ran into Eli, who owns the Moxie, right outside of this building, and he's like, "You guys should come look at this space." And so we did.
By collaborating with the Moxie, the Spotlight has been able to find their niche in the downtown scene.
So it's kind of a match made in heaven, like burritos, coffee, music, events downtown. It was pretty natural.
Megan is excited to give people a welcoming and encouraging experience at the Spotlight, just as the downtown community has given to her.
People who own businesses in Greeley or just who have been here a while, they want everyone else to succeed, because what else is a downtown if there's one business that's successful? It has to be all of us.
If nothing else, Megan hopes to spread her love of Greeley to those who visit.
I hope that even if I'm not here in a few years or whatever happens down the road, they'll still come in and say like, wow, whoever created this, they liked Greeley, or like they like people, you know?
If you'd like to check out the Spotlight, they are open now for sneak peek hours listed here and on their website. They also plan to hold their grand opening during Blarney on the Block, Greeley's annual St. Patrick's Day celebration. So grab your friends and family and join the Spotlight on March 15th to sip a cup of joe and try catching some Irish luck. I'm reporter Sarah Samaniego. Back to you, Sophia.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm really excited to give them a try. President Trump has directed the Treasury Department to stop the minting of pennies. As of 2024, a penny costs 3.7 cents to make. With a rise in online currencies such as Bitcoin and a reliance on credit or debit cards, pennies often see very little use daily. The Trump administration enacts this change as a part of the sweeping changes through his executive orders.
The College of Humanities and Social Sciences honored the hard work and commitment of its students at the convocation ceremony last week. Bear News reporter Serena Rubal took a closer look at the event.
UNC strives to honor academic excellence among students. The College of Humanities and Social Science held a convocation ceremony recognizing outstanding students. Jim Dornaugh, Dean of the college, explained why he looks forward to the convocation.
So the honors convocation is particularly special to us because it acknowledges the excellence across all of our academic units. It highlights the diversity and uniqueness of our disciplines.
Along with honoring students' hard work in the class, the college also honored Debbie Sue Posley for undergraduate research in childhood poverty.
Notably, her findings underscore the impact of effective policy interventions in governance.
Students attended the ceremony with their guests and snacked on the food provided. Each student was given a certificate of accomplishment signed by the dean and was offered an opportunity to have their photo taken. Sabrina Patton, a political science and international affairs junior, talked about the hard work she put in to receive this award.
I've always been very dedicated to my interests and to my major especially. I think when you're passionate about something, it's easy to dedicate yourself to it wholeheartedly, and I think that's what you see with a lot of the nominees here tonight.
The ceremony ended with the dean congratulating all the students and the students expressing their appreciation.
I had no idea, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know we even had this ceremony, so it was a real surprise and a real honor.
The College of Humanities and Social Science is looking forward to honoring more students next year. This is Serena Rabal with Bear News.
If you are a top student in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, you can look forward to being recognized next spring. Keep up the good work.
On Friday, President Trump and Vladimir Zelensky had an explosive meeting in the Oval Office. The president of the U.S. was openly hostile to the leader of Ukraine, criticizing not only his outfit, but the way he conducts business. Vice President J.D. Vance also joined in, interjecting himself into the conflict. The president decided that Zelensky was not in a place to negotiate, according to the White House officials. Trump asked the Ukrainian leader to leave early, causing the minerals deal the two initially met to discuss to remain unsigned. At the end of the roughly 2-hour meeting, both parties angrily typed their thoughts on social media.
Imagine a play that doesn't happen in a theater, but the places you least expect it, like a stairways or bookstores. Here at UNC, one student is bringing this idea to life. Belle Shan is stepping into the director's role for the first time. Bear News reporter Sophia Raymond has the story.
A UNC sophomore makes her directorial debut, but she's not sticking to a traditional stage. Instead, she's turning unexpected locations into performance spaces. Belle Shand, a theater education major, is directing Burglars, Bunglers, and Neighborhood Thieves, a production taking place April 17th and 18th. It's part of Shenanigans, a student-run theater group at UNC. Unlike traditional productions, Shenanigans focuses on immersive and site-specific performances, turning everyday places into theater spaces.
We focus a lot on found space theater and site-specific theater.
That means stages can be anywhere, from stairways to bookstores, even outdoor spaces. Instead of building a set, Shenanigans work with the location itself.
A lot of what we do is site resourcing.
They find locations first, then turn them into theaters, making performances feel interactive and personal.
We find sites and resource them as theaters.
That approach helps break down barriers between actors and audiences, creating a completely immersive experience.
Try to make it experiential for our audience, no matter what, so it elevates whatever shows we do pick up.
And part of what makes this experience unique, Shenanigans doesn't stay on campus.
Something we really like is getting off of campus, exploring different things.
This moment has been a long time coming. She's been involved with Shenanigans since spring of 2024.
This is my first time directing at UNC.
She's been preparing for this since her freshman year, studying how productions work and where she fits into the process.
Freshman year, I knew I wanted to direct here. I wanted to scope out what kinds of shows people did, how I could function, how I find a safe way to figure out how to direct here.
But this production is more than just directing. It's about proving that art doesn't have to fit inside four walls. Bear News, Sophia Raymond.
Shan's approach to theater is proof that the stage can be anywhere. Be sure to catch burglars, bunglers, and neighborhood thieves next month.
Coming up after the break, we'll be taking a look at last week's sports news with sports anchor Conlon Moe. We'll be right back.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Can you see anything different as a pill?
No.
You don't know?
Fentanyl is being mixed into everything now. There's only one thing that will save somebody's life. That is naloxone nasal spray.
Fentanyl, it's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
Really just all about the money.
I just didn't realize that one pill could change your whole life.
More kids should know.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Bear News, the sports segment, hosted by me, Conlon Moe. Now the men and women's track team, they put on a great showcase at the Big Sky Indoor Championship last week. Now I'm not the right person to really talk about this. I didn't get to be there, compete, or witness anything, but I think someone from the desk might have a better idea of how the weekend went. So joining me from the desk, Jalen.
Hi,
Thank you.
Nice to be here, Colin. Nice
No, it was a long walk away from the desk, but
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, so this past weekend, I was able to compete at the Big Sky Championship where I also got the triple jump. Not to toot my own horn, but I got me a personal best. Now, enough about me. The men's team finished 4th overall, which is the highest in team's history, and we are looking to be higher come outdoors. On the women's side, they put on a strong fight and finished 9th as a team. If you want to know more about how the team did and hear from some of the athletes who brought home some medals, turn in next week where women long jumper Kiana Van Haren and sprinter Edgar Garcia joined me at the desk to say how they felt and what UNC can expect come outdoors. Anyways, that's what's went on over the weekend. Conlon, I'll let you finish it off.
Great job, and congratulations to you. Hopefully you placed well there, and our very own Jameson also competed. Hopefully he did well there as well. Now, congrats to all those as well. Jalen, thank you again for that footage. Now, the teams that competed last week and placed their respective events. Now, let's stick to results for the schools. Let's highlight some of the victories that the Bears did over the weekend and were able to bring home. Softball was undefeated at the Colorado Classic Tournament, with their biggest victory coming against Texas A&M Corpus Christi, 11-2. The swimming and diving team, they brought home 9 medals after participating in the Western Athletic Conference Championship. Martina Yuki Trionfetti and Kyra Robis led the charge by earning individual medals as well as ones in the team relays. It is also worth noting that the 800-meter relay team set a new school record that was previously set in 2023. And lastly, the men's basketball team picked up another conference win down in Flagstaff, beating Northern Arizona 83-73. Now, speaking of the basketball team, the men in particular, they are in the final stretch of the season and are making a push for more than a conference championship. The men's basketball team is having one of the best seasons in recent memory for the school. And at this point, the Bears are 22-8. And with one more win, it would be the most in the school's Division I history. The previous record was set in 2011 when that team finished 22-11. That team 14 years ago earned UNC their first and only conference championship, as well as a spot in the NCAA tournament. They ended up losing to San Diego State in the first round. Now, earning the title of regular season champions, it won't guarantee the Bears a spot because they will need to win the Big Sky tournament to do that. Winning a regular season championship will be nice, but having 2 banners in the bank would solidify a season that will outrank those before this one. Tournament play will begin Friday and run until Wednesday next week. The Bears won't play until the 9th, and they could go up against either the 7th, 8th, or the 9th seed. Sorry for that. Tongue twister. Now, this next story I have for you was not something that I had originally planned until it happened on Saturday night. It was just too big of a situation to pass up because of how crazy and unexpected it was. And I mean it. I really mean it when I say that no one saw it coming.
Event of the year, WrestleMania. One story to come out of the aftermath involves a shocking turn involving a WWE legend and arguably the greatest of all time in John Cena. For years, Cena has been the embodiment of the never give up spirit. He's been the face of the company, a beloved hero, the franchise player, and he is set to retire at the end of the year and is prepared to hang up the jorts for good. The Elimination Chamber was a moment for him to push towards his goal of winning a record-setting 17th championship to solidify his GOAT status. Beating Cody senseless and bloody, the world would look on in shock and awe after what transpired.
For over 2 decades, Cena has been the model of a babyface, the good guy you want the company to follow. And now with retirement slowly creeping up on him, he's doing whatever he can to end it on a high note. And now I know, WWE is scripted. But guess what? So is Stranger Things. So is Severance. And so is Ted Lasso. Almost every show on TV is scripted. This is entertainment, sports entertainment. I find this enjoyable. And I am excited to see how this story for Cena turns out in the end. Now, he isn't going to stay a heel for long because for a guy that was a face for over 20 years, it would end wrong for him to retire that way. But this helps him become a 17-time champion and have even better storylines. Then I'm all for it. Like we end every Monday, we close out with the games that will be taking place during the week. Baseball will be home for the first time this season as the team gears up to play Utah Valley in a 5-game series starting Friday. Both basketball teams will be playing their final games of the season against Weber State. The women will be home tonight as the men will be in Utah. And lastly, softball will be heading to Lincoln, Nebraska to play in a 5-game tournament at the Big Red Spring Fling Tournament starting Thursday. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you tune in every Monday to get your weekly intake in sports with me, Colin the Mo. Now let's take it back to the desk.
Thank you, Colin, and thank you all for watching Bear News today. I'm Sophia Tavanello.
And I'm Jalen Lee, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday. See ya.